I'm studying for an average of 1 hour and 15 minutes per day in nursing school, and I'm still managing to pass with good grades. Let's talk about it. This quarter, I've been tracking how many hours I'm studying every day. I inputted the data into Google Sheets, and it came up to an average of about 74 minutes, which is an hour and 15. I aim to study for at least 30 minutes every day just to get that one repetition in. I do not study on clinical days, and the most that I've studied in a single day this quarter is 5 hours, and that was for our pharm exam. Recently, I've been sharing on TikTok how many hours I'm studying every week. People are asking how it's possible, how come it's so little, and I just wanted to shed some light about it. First of all, I want to clarify what I mean by studying. For me, studying means active recall, and that's through flashcards. But active recall can look like the whiteboard method, maybe verbally saying it out loud, teaching it to a friend, anything like that. I do not count homework as study time, and even when I'm making the flashcard, so I type it in this app called RemNote. It's a great spaced repetition app and flashcard app, but it takes time for me to make those flashcards, but I do not consider that study time. Why? It's because I do not retain much information that way. In all my TikTok videos, when I say how many hours I'm studying, I'm talking about the hours that I spend doing active recall, using my whiteboard and the flashcards. And second of all, I only study for 30 minutes at a time. I think I have a pretty short attention span. I tried to study one time for an hour straight. I think I had a 5 or 10 minute break in between, and still my brain was like, ooh, let's not do this again. What I do is I break it up into 30-minute sessions. So I will study for 30 minutes. For the next 30 minutes, I will do something completely different, whether that's working on an assignment, maybe it's making some more flashcards, maybe doing some chores, cleaning up around the house, like anything like that. Just something to take my mind off of the active recall and to give my mind a break. It keeps my mind fresh, it keeps me focused. My mindset going in is, okay, I have 30 minutes, I'm going to give it my all, I'm going to try to study as much as I can, then I'm going to move on. Rather than my mindset being, I'm going to spend the next 3 hours studying. You know, like, I like the first one better. Yeah, I study for 30 minutes at a time, and I try to do as many of those 30-minute sessions as I can, but doing something completely different in between just so my mind has a chance to take a break and refresh. And I think that's why my 30-minute sessions, though they're short, they're super effective. I'm giving it my all rather than having given my all for 2 hours straight. Does that make sense? The key to all of this is spaced repetition and starting early. I'm not a good crammer. I need time to understand the information. I reduce my stress by starting early, and what do I mean by early? As soon as lecture happens. So let's say week 1 you're learning respiratory, week 2 you're learning about the heart, and then week 3 you're learning about the urinary system. Spend the time in week 1 to really understand respiratory. Spend the time in week 2 really trying to understand heart, and then keep reviewing those up until whenever your exam is. It's the week before your exam, you're not thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't even reviewed respiratory. If you put in the work and